In October 2015, IGAD, supported by World Bank, launched a regional operation codenamed Development Response to Displaced Impacts Project, Dr. Deep, to address the protracted forced displacement situation in the region. The project seeks to improve access to basic social services, expand economic opportunities, and enhance environmental management for communities hosting refugees in the targeted areas of Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Uganda.
My name is Dr. Robert Limlim. I'm the director in the Office of the Prime Minister of Uganda, responsible for the implementation of Dr. Deep project in our country. Million refugees, as we speak now, coming from our neighboring countries, especially South Sudan, but we also have from the Republic of Congo and other neighboring countries.
IGAD, Dr. Deep, which is the regional coordinating unit of the project, has been coordinating the implementation of the project aimed at promoting the advancement of the development approach to displacement. Through the Dr. Deep project, IGAD contributes to building refugees and host communities' resilience through interventions that ensure that citizens participate and engage in the process of identifying and prioritizing their development needs, including expanding socio-economic infrastructure and livelihood opportunities to improve self-reliance and social cohesion among refugees and hosting communities.
Tukabani tukora abantu igani 16 tukafuna milioni 6 nezine sente zikoyongera.
In my man I worked for, I bought a goat. A goat gave birth of 3 kids. But by now, it is again soon giving birth.
In effect, Dr. Deep interventions continue to assist displacement-affected communities, especially women and youth.
On legumes, we planted beans. At first, we planted 20 kilograms of beans. We harvested 100. Then we sold the 40. The main purpose of we selling that 40 kilograms was not to eat that money, was to cater for another planning. That is to say, we also planted 60 out of 100. We planted 60. After planting 60, now 40 remaining, we sold it, and we are able to buy chemicals to spray on our beans.
Specifically, the objectives of the field support mission were threefold, including conducting a joint monitoring mission to assess progress of implementation of the Dr. Deep project in Uganda, identifying implementation challenges, capacity gaps, and priority learning needs from the Dr. Deep Uganda to country capacity support efforts, documenting good practices, lessons, and success stories on the implementation of the Dr. Deep project in Uganda, with a particular focus on access to basic services, livelihoods, and natural resource management components in Nachi Valley and Oruchinga refugee settlements in East Central District and Ramanja refugee settlement in Kamwenge District.
For the refugees, we serve over 19,000 males and over 20,000 females. And the services we offer here is based on the principle of ethics. We don't discriminate basing on sex or gender or basing on nationality or any other parameters that can be used to discriminate. We treat all our patients equally, and their rights, we have it pinned on our notice boards. Any patient who come, any client, any visitor can check, and that is actually what we follow. The facility offers curative, preventive, and rehabilitative management to patients. We have a number of care points. For example, in outpatient departments, we have people who come on a daily basis. We clerk them. we do the tests necessary, and we diagnose and treat, and we send them back home, and we do follow-up. So when we started, up to now, we actually see over 1,500 patients in OPD alone every month, which is a very good growth, but also is a good boost to the beneficiaries of this facility.
Previously, this place used to be isolated, and the mothers would walk very long distances from far places to come here for care. But now at least we can have mothers deliver in a nearby place and getting antenatal services, postnatal services, family planning services, unlike before when we did not have such a service.
Over years, Isingiro, especially since 2016, we experienced very much drought, almost for almost a full year. And all the crops, all the animals, some human beings, they died of hunger, and the district missed a lot. So that one, to bring that actually, it poses a very great need to conserve and restore environment. So Dr. Deep came mainly to restore the degraded fragile ecosystems, especially the wetlands, the bare hills where all the trees have been cut, and even including the energy, to improve on the alternative sources of energy to reduce on tree cutting.
Our school was in a state of which one can't tell, because the pupils used to study from the dusty classrooms. Even some could run away because they used not to like our school. It was very dusty. Even some pupils used to study under the trees. Others used to study from a dusty classroom, which is not even the classrooms which are not well prepared. And now, when Dr. Deep came in, it helped us in putting up some structures.
Now to see that the teacher is here and the pupils are already learning. So we hope for the best. Next time when we come back here, we want to see good results. We want all of you to perform well in the PLE. Are you going to promise us that? Yes. So when you do well as refugees, we are also proud of you. Isn't that so? Yes. So when we give you a facility like this, you should enjoy it and work so hard in class. Not so? Yes. Let COVID not disrupt your studies. Just keep the SOPs.
These are the refugees from Southern Sudan. A typical sign of coexistence between them and the refugees. In the settlement, you coexist.
The World Bank credit of 50 million was deployed specifically in matters of access to basic services, especially health, education, and water, and roads. Secondly, we deployed substantial resources for environmental management, and then for the economic opportunities, increasing economic opportunities. We see a lot of refugees now enjoying the health services like all Ugandans are doing, the education services, and they feel so satisfied and appreciated of the support that the government has done together with the international communities on the improvement of the services for refugees. In fact, we have testimonies of refugees who have said they thank and appreciate the Ugandan government for welcoming them and taking care of them like all citizens of the world. They are so happy for the opportunities they have received in our country to learn, to go to school, and to go to school to get skills. They have also appreciated the ability to participate in Uganda's economic activities like any other person, and the freedom to be free. And so we are very happy and thankful, first of all, to the government of Uganda and to the IGAD countries for being very, very creative and innovative and, bold enough to have moved us in reality through Dr. Deep to the nexus between humanitarian peace and development. And secondly, we want to thank, of course, the IGAD Secretariat for being a very strong force that coordinates all these actions and brings all our voices together as a region. And we thank you for the fact that the refugee burden is being provided the right lessons from the experiences of all these countries in IGAD in the international discourse. And we hope that the other parts of the world can pick some good lessons from what we have learned.